Welcome to a podcast by it's me, JP, my lovely wife.
Grizz.
How you doing today, Grizz?
I'm good. How are you, JP?
I'm doing fantastic. It's about
Great.
1:30 a.m. right now. We're
I
doing a
know.
podcast late nights because the kids are sleeping.
And that's when the best time, right? Late night.
God, it's the best time.
It is the only time that parents have free.
Pretty much. Absolutely, pretty much. Most parents right now are probably sleeping at 1:30 a.m., but not us.
Not us. That's why we're turning up.
Amen.
You know, we don't go to the club anymore, but we turn up to do this podcast. Yay!
Amen to that.
Drink
it up.
That's
Episode
great.
1 here of our podcast, by the way, is going to be
Welcome,
fantastic.
welcome.
Great stuff here. This all started this is just a genuine grand idea, and just kind of made it happen.
Which took some time to sew.
It did take some time, a lot of time to sell my wife on this idea. She's like, "You're fucking crazy. It's gonna take up so much space. Where are we gonna do it? What are we gonna do it with?
Well, not
This is
only
so
that,
stupid. What are we gonna talk about?"
I mean, you know, it's crazy. Like, this has been many years in the making, guys. When I tell you that he came to me with this idea, he's like, come on, we should totally like upload videos or do something like that. It'd be so much fun. We can do it together. And, you know, one of the things that I always said was like, who the hell is going to listen to two normal people doing what everyone does on a daily basis? And then
Everybody.
As time progressed, you know, we have some time being together. One of our like daily rituals is that at the end of the day, no matter what, we always talk about our day at the end of the night. You know, when our kids are asleep, because that's the only time we have free.
Pretty much, yeah. Kids are always fucking awake, little fucking assholes.
One of the things that we always noticed was our stories are crazy. And we've been through just about everything and anything. And we've been able to laugh at life throughout this whole time.
Amen. Yeah.
And we've been through everything. So, you know, in the midst of him trying to sell me on this idea and stuff, I did think about like there's so many stories, so many things that, you know, we have to offer to talk about. And I'm sure, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people can relate to our stories. So if we can relate to somebody, maybe bring comfort to somebody, bring entertainment, like all we want to do is make people laugh. And, you know, I've been introduced to podcasts a whole different way than he has.
Oh, yeah.
I love crime TV. He loves motivation stuff.
Fucking crime TV.
I just love it. Anything to do with crime, I'm there. I should have been a detective in another life.
So she's been investigating the O.J. Simpson trial for, I can't tell you how long.
I mean, I can't tell you how many cases. I think that as much research as I've done on my independent time, I could probably be, you know, a mediocre lawyer.
And if Kim Kardashian can fucking be
that brought a whole thing to me.
She is.
Because crime is my passion. I think that it really is. Just to give you a little bit of context, guys. When I was growing up,
missing or murdered somewhere, you know she did it.
No, it's not true.
Crime is her passion.
It is my. I think it's my passion because I generally love people. Yeah. So to think about somebody being so heinous and and do crimes like that is like, it's like alien to us. But you know, Maya Angelou had a saying, and she said, "Anything human can't be alien to me." I probably misquoted her, but it's true. You know, what a human being can do can't be so taboo to me. So there's people out there in the world that are crazy and they do crazy things that we would never be able to do. But it's fascinating to listen to. Not to go on that's a whole nother podcast.
Yes. This is just introduction.
But just to kind of tell you
who we are, how we plan on doing it, and you know, just what's in store to come. Yeah. You know, so we definitely appreciate those who do stick around, who do, you know, listen and watch the podcast.
Because we're going to talk about it all.
I plan for this I would love for this just to kind of reach people. We're just regular people. We're husband and wife. We're, you know, mom and dad, regular people, and you know,
9 to 5 jobs.
Correct. You know, and you know, we thought, oh man, like where do we find time to even do anything like this? But when you really, really, really want to do something, you just find the way to actually do it. Whether it's 1:30 in the morning, like you know, like you just do it, and this is something that we
turning up.
Really, really, really want to do. Plus, we drink, so
I mean,
why not?
That's how he really sold me, guys. When he was like, "Hey, you can drink some wine," you know, he bought a bucket load of alcohol for me.
Sure did, by the way,
and I love it.
Pretty fantastic.
Hey, do you want to talk about? Okay, we'll introduce that.
And what are we doing? Oh yeah. So first of all, this is some really good champagne. We bought this house about 3 years ago. Our lovely realtor, Courtney Poe. If you're in the Florida area,
I love her.
Please search Courtney Poe, and she is absolutely fantastic. I'll leave her contact information down below in the comments.
Guys, when I tell you, you know, I had this crazy, ridiculous goal that I wanted to buy a house before 30. And if you know me personally, you know that I'm a person that worries. I freak out a lot. I think about, you know, what's going to happen tomorrow. A lot. And buying a home was one of the most terrifying things ever. Which is funny because Courtney, our realtor, when I was doing the contacting back and forth, she made a comment to me and it was hilarious. And I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot, Courtney. She's like, "You have commitment issues." I was like, "Yeah, like, you know, like if you get married, you can get divorced, but I can't get divorced to my house. Like I'm stuck 30 years. And she like laughed at me because I looked at every little thing. But when I tell you that she comforted me and she told me from A to Z how the process was going to be, she made the process so much easier. And guys, when you're buying a home for the first time, it's terrifying because anybody and everybody that can will take advantage of you. And when I tell you that she never did, and nothing proved this more than a house that me and JP looked at that had a lot of problems. She pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, if I was you, I would not offer anything on this home because it has a lot of issues and this is not it." And anybody else that was trying to like make a quick buck would have been like, "No, this is perfect. You can totally fix it up."
It's a fixer-upper and blah, blah, blah.
And she didn't do that. So I'm recommending, I would never recommend anything on this podcast that I wouldn't truly live up to. So if you're looking to buy a home, she's the person to deal with. I wouldn't recommend anybody else in the world. I absolutely love her.
Yeah. Amen.
And the next house that we buy, she will be the only person that I contact. Even if she's retired. Like, bitch, you're going to go back and you're going to sell me this house because I refuse to work with anybody else besides her. I absolutely
she called you a bitch because she loves you so much.
She knows.
That's right.
I had so much fun looking at homes with her.
They climbed a fence.
Yes.
All types of
oh my God. We had so many fun stories. Like, so funny. I enjoyed looking at houses with her because it was so much fun. The saddest part about closing on this home was the fact that I wasn't going to be able to look at homes with her anymore. And it like brings a tear to my eye right now because I love her so much. But guys, please, if you're going to buy a home, please talk to her. Which actually, if you want to talk to our viewers about our sponsor, they're a really good one, guys.
Absolutely. Check this out. Listen, for all the men out there and moms with kids and all that good stuff, I have a wonderful barber here in the Tampa Bay area. His name is Jesus. Give him a shout out. It's twice as nice. I'm going to go ahead and leave his information down below. But Mr. Jesus has been in my life. I've known about Jesus probably about 4 or 5 years now, and had an awesome barber. He did, and he decided to retire one day. He's like, "I'm not cutting hair no more, Poppy. This is not what I want to do. I want to like race cars and motorcycles." I was like, "Well, I still need my haircut, so we need to figure that out." He was like, "You're gonna go to Jesus. Jesus is gonna go ahead and hook you up." And Jesus has been cutting my hair ever since. Just opened up his new barbershop. It's called The Art of Barbering. Beautiful, beautiful shop. Brand new floors, brand new stuff. He's got some great investors. It's just a great ambiance in there. Jesus is such a likable guy, man. He's a family man. He's a businessman. He's a gamer, man. And he just relates on every single level. But most of all, best top-notch quality service when cutting hair. He knows what he's doing, man. He's great. And you will be very, very satisfied. Men, get a good haircut. kids get a good haircut, man. You look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. When you play good, man, they pay you very, very well. Motivational quote from the great Deion Sanders, by the way. However, go check my boy Jesus out. You're gonna love your haircut. Tell him that you heard of him from this podcast. I'll give you $5 off of your very first haircut. But I promise you, you go to him once, you're gonna keep going to him again.
Faithful customer after.
Absolutely. Again, he cuts my hair. He cuts my 13-year-old son's hair. I have a 1.5-year-old. He's gonna cut his hair too. A 13-year-old's like, I want a specific haircut.
Yes.
Because we know that he's like girls and all this good stuff. You know, and every now and then I can't take my son. My wife goes. She feels very, very, very comfortable. Barbershops are, not really meant for women.
All you single moms out there, I definitely understand the struggle of sometimes having to take your sons to get a haircut. And you may not know because, when I was trying to find someone to cut my 13-year-old's hair, I went to a lot of good barbers, but honestly, I always found something that I didn't like. And I have not found one thing that I don't like about Jesus' haircut. And I tell you what, just a quick story. My 13-year-old, Halloween, he committed fully on being a character. Connor Take Detroit, something. I don't really know. It's a video game. But there was a specific haircut that he needed for this costume because all his friends needed to see him. And he went to Jesus, told him what he wanted. He cut his hair flawlessly. He looked just like the character. And, I have not been disappointed once with his haircuts. And it's $5, guys. If you know me personally, you know that I love coupons and I love to save money. So $5 nowadays is a lot of money for me. And for quality,
the haircuts are not $5.
No, $5
You're gonna
off.
say $5. Okay.
$5 off. Sorry. It is the wine. I'm kind of drunk. You're gonna see that in every podcast. I'm gonna be drunk, guys, but whatever.
Amen.
But $5 off, you can't beat that. He's a great barber. I would not trust my kid's hair with anybody else, so please go see him. He's amazing. And ladies, tell your boyfriends, tell your husbands, tell anybody, because once they get that haircut, you're gonna be able to resist that. We're gonna keep it PG from me. It's a rated R podcast, but the D. The D.
The best letter of the alphabet for the girls, the D. No. Like on a serious note, I need to set up my appointment with Jesus. He go ahead and make me looking absolutely fresh, which is why we have a 1.5-year-old. But she did say something. This is a not very PG friendly podcast. No. There'll be lots of swearing just because we're regular people. We love to swear. I love to swear.
This is a grown-up podcast. And, we are going to talk about everything, but there's two things that we refuse to talk about. And what are they?
Religion and politics.
Yes. And the reason for that is because who cares? Who gives a fuck? I always tell people this, and it is funny. When I'm friends with someone, I don't have this list that I go up to them with and like, hey, what's the religion? What's your political party? What's your, sex preference? I don't care about none of that. I think that if you are a genuine person and I like you, then you are my friend. And I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're black, purple, blue, yellow, if you like men, if you like aliens. I don't care about any of that.
Some kinky shit, aliens. Hot damn.
I'm one of those people that don't believe in none of that. I just believe that if you are a genuine person and I like you and I like your vibe, then you are my friend and I like it. You know what I mean? So I want this podcast to be inclusive to anybody and everyone. We're going to talk about everything. He loves inspirational stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit more about celebrity gossip. That's like kind of my thing. Crime TV. So all my people that like that, comment. I want to talk to you about that.
Jesus fucking crime TV.
Hey, more friends, comment, and I totally will answer. So that's how kind of, even though he doesn't like it, I talk to him every night about my Snooki and Joey podcast, which I love. Shout out to them.
It's not that I don't like it. I just feel like she gets very negative thoughts sometimes. Well, she's a very passionate individual, so just something that she likes. She's very passionate about it and stuff like that. And I'm like, God, like you've been talking about this for 45 minutes. I don't give a fuck if Stephen A. Smith killed Nicole Johnson 42 years ago, and it's a cold case and they're still trying to figure that shit out. Now, wait, really?
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And you know why?
She's like, God, no, fucking like, I know he did it because they found semen and like all this stuff, but the jury acquitted it. And like, I don't know how.
I really tell you, guys,
it's interesting, but I'd rather be doing something else.
It was a passion of mine. I think that if I would have been smarter in my youth, maybe not being a lawyer, just because I feel that lawyers are limited in a sense, and no offense to any lawyers out there, I feel like if you're a public offender, you're kind of forced to kind of listen to your client and go with that theory. Even though you, in your gut, you may know that that person's guilty, that's not what your role entitled. Your role is to prove that they were innocent to some intent, but you know that they were guilty. Maybe my passion was like forensics, investigation, autopsies. That's really what I wanted to do when I was young. Although I just didn't like school, but you're not going to go anywhere if you don't go to school. You know what I mean? So when I listen to crime TV, I listen to, everything. I think about a family that's like missing somebody and hasn't gotten justice. I always put myself in those people's shoes, and I think that's why I'm passionate about it. I was listening to a podcast today about a girl named Jennifer. I don't remember her last name. I'm terrible with names, but she was originally from Tampa, got abducted in Orlando, and no one has been able to find a single lead on it. And that infuriates me. And whenever
she gets in a pure investigation mode.
And whenever something infuriates me, I talk to this guy.
Oh my God.
About it. You know what I mean? I just dump everything on him. I'm like, I
can't believe it. Do you know Jessica was abducted and have
But it's not just that either. It's not just that.
Surveillance cam footage shut off right before the abduction. So, God, it just leads to love this guy. And I'm like, oh
nothing pisses me off more. So Jessica's if you are years. I love Crime Junkie, by the way. That's like a podcast that I listen to. So shout out to Brittany. She's the one that does the podcast to Crime Junkie. I love you to death.
Thank you, Brittany, for helping me sell my wife this idea to make a podcast, by the way.
Yes. Once I once I was introduced to Crime Junkies, and I absolutely love Brittany. She's the one that hosts the podcast. I was like, I can totally do that. Like not anything crime related, because I think that she does a phenomenal job. I think it's just she's a voice to like a whole group of people that love that type of stuff. And I was like, I'm a voice to moms. To moms.
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is funny because like anybody that knows me in real life knows that like whenever I'm trying to juggle many things at once, and they're like, can you do that? I'm like, absolutely. I'm a mom. I can totally do that. That's like my thing.
Anything.
Yeah, I can do anything. I'm a mom.
Being a mom is my superpower.
So it's funny. So thank you, Brittany, because you kind of sold me on this idea besides JP too.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah. So, but that's not all I listen to. I listen to like celebrity gossip, Snooki and Joey. I absolutely love. They're my guilty pleasure. Just because they talk about everything. And the New Jersey Housewives. Oh my God.
That's the biggest fucking garbage that fucking plays.
Teresa.
Oh my God.
I love Teresa. You're kind of slipping, girl.
Ooh.
You know what? I gotta say that.
Fallen.
I have to say her. And I'm sorry because like he doesn't really watch the show, but he hears me vent. Like I look at it like I watch a TV show and then I get really invested and emotional.
I feel like I'm in a relationship with 8 different women.
Yes.
My wife, Teresa, some girl named Jackie, some girl named Dolores, fucking Snooki, fucking Brittany.
I
fucking
love Dolores.
I don't know
If
what's going
I
on
could
right now.
meet Dolores, oh my God, maybe this podcast would bring me closer to Dolores.
Maybe Dolores will be in our podcast one day.
Oh my God, I love Dolores. I absolutely love the relationship that Dolores has with Frank, even though her boyfriend is David. Although that's rocky. That's rocky waters we're talking about.
Listen, David, you a bitch. How you gonna have some other nigga up inside the house?
No.
With your current girlfriend? This some
I
bullshit.
think that's kind of secure, David.
Bet you Frank probably whipped that nigga's ass. That's what happens.
You know what? I don't like this blasphemy talking. Well, you know what's so funny? Secretly, and I'm sorry, Dolores, I secretly hope that Dolores and Frank get back together just because I just absolutely. But you know what? I'm torn because I love David so much too. But David's passion is his profession. And I don't see him with Dolores a lot. And I see Frank step up and kind of be there. And it's funny because I kind of joke for the people that don't really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dolores' ex-husband is Frank. And she has a phenomenal relationship with him. And I always tell Justin, I'm like, you know, if we ever broke up and got divorced, I would hope that we had a relationship like Dolores. Because I truly believe that if like the romance part ended between me and Justin, that friendship side would always stay there. Because
totally.
I joke about this, but this is hilarious and like funny. The first time that I met Justin, he just came up to me. Like we had a phone call.
So we used to work together.
Yes.
Which is another podcast episode, by the way.
Yes.
So
it's such a beautiful story and hilarious. But
we're going to get
romantic.
Into all of that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the story about how we met each other is amazing and kind of embarrassing for me. So I kind of don't really share this a lot with a lot of people, which
definitely.
We have a podcast now, so everyone will know how we met each other. But
that's the goal. I want people just to be like, man, these two are fucking crazy.
But what I meant to say was the first time that, you know, Justin came up to me and he like presented himself to me. I always told him the first time that I met him and I looked into his eyes, I knew. I just had that gut feeling that he was my best friend.
I have beautiful brown eyes, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Whatever, guys. It's not that crazy. I just knew. I looked at his eyes and I knew he was my best friend. So I, deep down in my heart, know, like, listen, guys.
You wanted to smash.
No, it's not at all. When I think about me and Justin, I really do think about that. 90, like we're both 90 in our rocking chairs. I've told you this many times.
I feel 90. My fucking back is fucking.
I always tell him this. I see us together in a rocking chair in our home. You know what I mean? We've raised our children.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's 3.
Oh God, guys.
Oh. And, you know, we have our grandkids.
About that.
And then, you know, we're in our rocking chairs in our home and we're retired and we're 90 and we've lived this great life. And I see that for us. But if that doesn't happen, that's fine. I feel that we're always going to be best friends. I've just always felt that way. Even if this is painful to talk about, and I hope we never have to revisit this podcast. If we did break up and he remarries and I remarry, we'll
still do this podcast. We'll be like Frank and Dolores. We'll be in my living room.
You know, we hope that our significant others, our future significant others, would know that there is history and there's growth that's happened between us. And besides anything else, we've been best friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, that's definitely like the biggest thing. Like, which is why I kind of want to do a podcast, just because we're two regular people. Again, we're just husband and wife, mom and dad. We just want to sit down, drink wine while the fucking kids are sleeping. Those little fucking assholes. And we just want to kind of enjoy a little bit of me time. You know, we watch these podcasts and we're like, man, if people have time to do that, and we totally enjoy it, like people would totally enjoy our conversational piece for 29 minutes that we
can relate
provide
to it
on social media. So, yeah.
And we're going to talk about everything, guys. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about furniture.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about marriage. We're going to talk about kids.
For 2 things. No religion, no politics.
Yes, we're never going to talk about that. Do not comment that. We have our opinions, but we choose to keep that to ourselves because, like we
Yeah,
said,
absolutely. I don't give a fuck. Listen, you wanted Trump or Clinton? I don't give a fuck. It
that
doesn't make
doesn't
you a bad
define who
person.
you are. You are either a good person or you're a shitty person, and that has nothing to do with
Oh my God, sorry about that, guys.
religion and politics.
Yeah, listen, you're fucking black, white, Asian, you're fucking Twinkie, you're fucking Muslim, Arabic.
I'm
I don't give
Salvadorian.
a
He's Puerto Rican.
fuck.
Nothing is going to
Nothing.
change that.
I have friends of all races, of all colors. It
Absolutely.
doesn't make you a bad person. So, you know,
Absolutely.
races and
I've met shitty people of
religion.
all kinds. Of
Correct.
all kinds.
Yeah.
And I've met great people of all kinds. So this podcast is going to be inclusive to anybody. Anybody wants to listen to it, you know, I think me and JP have open hearts to genuine good people.
Yeah, man.
And that means nothing about your religion and your politic views. Those are personal. We're the type of people that believe that whatever you feel is your political or religion party is your business. That's not my business. That's not JP's, business. We're here to talk about daily lives and
man. Listen,
what that means.
Shit happens to us. All the bullshit that happens to us on a daily basis with our kids, with our family, with our friends at work, not at work, going grocery shopping, all type of shit we see on TV, the music that we love, and all of that good stuff.
We have so many things.
Correct. We've been together 9 years, so we have 9 years of stories to kind of go over. And as the time goes by, we're just going to generate more stories and more situations that do happen. God. However, we just want to document it because sometimes the things that happen to us are just absolutely crazy. I don't want to get too in depth in that because it'll lead on to like another tangent.
I know.
Like
so many podcasts
for the both of us. But just tune in for the episodes. We definitely want to thank you for taking the time and just even listening to us try to do this and kind of make this happen.
We're all gonna grow together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We
sure.
Thank you for welcoming us into your cars, your jobs, because I listen,
your headphones, all that good shit.
Yes, absolutely. I listen to podcasts when I'm at work, when I need to just kind of, listen to something to let me focus. When I'm in the car and, I'm driving somewhere, I listen to podcasts. Or sometimes, being a parent, being a mother is stressful.
It is. And being a dad, stressful shit too. But again, we're going to make it enjoyable. It's going to be fantastic. And shout out again to our sponsor, Jesus. She's a little tipsy. We have about another minute left here.
Oh, God, yeah.
We want to keep the recording short, probably between, 29, 30 minutes long. And, that's it. So,
yeah.
We're definitely coming up on that time mark. But thank you again for listening, for tuning in. If there's anything that you would love to kind of hear us talk about, like if you vibe with our personalities, let us know, and we will definitely make that shit happen. If we don't know about it, we'll do some research, figure it out, and have a full, prolonged discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. This is for you guys. So absolutely, like JP said, if there's something that you want to hear, we will try our best to fulfill that. If there's something that you want to know about us, comment that and we'll give you a shout out.
Open book policy.
Absolutely. We're looking for businesses and stuff like that we can promote because we're big advocates on small businesses, especially here in Tampa, but even outside of Tampa. We just really appreciate you giving us your time. We are very busy individuals, and any time that we dedicate for anything other than our kids is precious. So we're choosing to spend that with you guys. So Thank you so much for that. Many blessings for you guys. Be kind to one another. And I hope that you make it for another podcast.
That's right. We definitely hope you enjoyed episode 1. And we're out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and...